Welcome to Marriage 207. In the previous episode 206, we were able to establish that in the beginning, there is a plan that God has for marriage and has been altered, has been tampered with by Moses, as we read from Matthew chapter 19, verse 3 to 10, where we could see Moses being referred to by Jesus Christ as changing what God has established right from the beginning. When they asked, why are we permitted to divorce? Jesus said, in the beginning it was not so. Moses permitted you to divorce because of the hardness of your heart. And we could see that if there is anything that has led to divorce, is hardness of heart. And I pray that as you have desired that the Lord will take over your heart, you will become so soft. Forgiveness will be very easy for you. You will be able to show mercy. Reconciliation will not be difficult. You could accept correction. You could accept change. You could accept ideas that are based on the principles that the Lord has established for marriage. This episode, we will look at the blessings in marriage. When you see Genesis chapter 1, verse 27 and 28. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them, and God blessed them. Now chapter 1 from verse 26 actually to 27 already give a picture of marriage. Though detail is not given, it is in chapter 2 that you find a detail of how the man was made and how the woman was made and how they came together and they became one flesh. But here is a summary of the whole issue. God blessed them, and that's the blessing I'm talking about. Every marriage that is done, that is initiated and executed under the principles of the Lord, carries these blessings to it. Marriage that has followed the proper process instituted in the scripture, that marriage is blessed. He said God blessed them and gave them authority and charged them to be fruitful, to multiply, and to take over the earth, to fill the earth, to subdue it, to rule. So the blessings include the ability to be fruitful, to multiply, to replenish, and to subdue, all deposited in the married couple. The ability to have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and the rest of them. They are embedded, they are inclusive in the blessing that God bless man and his wife. And this blessing we are dealing with cannot be far-fetched. Some of you could be seeing it in reality. You will notice that when you are married, there is this special regard that you get, regardless of your financial class. When you are married, there is this special respect that is accorded you, regardless of your academic status. That's one thing that marriage comes with. One of the reasons many singles are worried to get married is because they don't have access to this blessing. Imagine that you are single and you want to talk in a particular group and they just shut you down, say we're looking for responsible people. And when they say responsible, they are actually referring to married people. When they are saying responsible, they are referring to those who are in marital relationship. Now, they may not really understand that very well, but then all this pointing at is the fact that when you marry, there is this special blessing that God gives you, which shows itself in the way people honor, respect you. except you are the one who disregard the respect, who abuse it, then you will lose it. But that inception, it always comes to a new couple. You will discover that when a woman is married, she tends to get more special treatment, special favor wherever she goes. There is some measure of respect on her. If you see people doing some funny things on the street, when they come across a woman and she introduces herself as a married woman, there is a way they just honor them, they just shield themselves, they apologize and move on. So this blessing is part of what God gives every married couple. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 22 says, if a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and have obtained favor from the Lord. The favor that comes from the Lord is part of the blessings of marriage. That when you are married, wherever you go, and then if there is need to employ, you could see that the married men tend to be given better consideration. If you want to transfer your service to another place as a married woman, it's easier for you than when a single want to transfer her services to another place. The reason is simply that God has packaged a particular blessing for marriage. You will still see another one showing in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, where it says 2 are better than 1. For when one falls, the other will lift up. So there is that good result you get for your labor. It's part of the blessings of marriage. So when you are in marriage, you should know that there is these special blessings that is exclusively for marriage. Nothing you could do to get it. You could pray. In fact, you could pray, you could fast, you could be very committed, you pay tithe, as some people are emphasizing. You could be whatever religious thing you'll be very committed to. You will not have access to that particular blessings until you are married. And once you are married, you will see that blessing released upon your life. Now the trouble is many married couples tend not to have access to this blessing or have lost it because it always comes at the beginning, but if it's not well managed, you get it, you lose it. Now what we are going to look at in the next episode is how do we sustain this blessing so that it continues in our matrimony? How do we make it increase? That's what we'll be looking at in the next episode. Keep following and listening and sharing this message. God bless you.